Yo, peep this. You just clicked on let's view it, and I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel, where I hope you find some enjoyment or entertainment or laughter, or maybe just some crazy knowledge while you watch this. And if this is your first time clicking on my video, then you're new to the crew and I welcome you. And all I ask to be a member of this crew is after this video, if you like how I do what I do, please subscribe, help support me. It makes me feel really good about myself. It makes me run and tell my kids like, look, my subscribers are gone up to this number and that number. And they're like, yay, daddy, you're so good at what you do. And then my girl comes and is like, oh, you're gonna do wonderful. And all of that is just because you clicked the subscribe button. So give it a clickety. So now in this video, let's discuss the word cis. What does it mean? And is it a slur? Of course, the transgender community doesn't think it's a slur. So let's hear why. So you already know. Let's view it.
For the umpteenth time this year, let's explain cis to this fragile person. No, we're just women. Cis women. The term trans already differentiates us. Stop coming up with BS labels to make yourself feel special. Ooh, this one's gonna sting a little bit, babe. Are you sitting down for this one, love? I didn't make up the term cisgender. Do you know who did? A cis woman. That is correct. A cis woman made up the term cisgender. What? So, the term cisgender was actually coined in 1994 by a cis person named Dana DeFosse, who was a graduate student who figured out a way to refer to non-transgender people that avoided marginalizing transgender people, or implying that we're other. And then in 2016, it entered the Oxford English Dictionary and the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The reason she came up with this is because in chemistry, molecules with atoms grouped on the same side are labeled with the Latin prefix cis, while molecules with atoms grouped on the opposite side are referred to as trans. So, what did we learn? Cisgender is not a slur, cis is not a slur, it's not designed to insult anybody, it's an actual word in the dictionary, made up by a cis person years and years and years ago. It just seems new to you because you probably haven't cracked open a dictionary in a very long time. But that's on you. Anyway, welcome to 2023. Stay triggered.
I think the word is new to us because, well, we never f***ing used it. We never had to until you guys came along. Secondly, why would she open a dictionary in this day and age of the internet? But now let's dive into the point. Is cis a slur? Of course it's a slur. Why? Because they use it as one. She wants to say that a cis woman made it up. Fine. Who gives a damn? Is she so slow that she doesn't understand that most slurs started off as normal words? That's right. Even the greatest racial slur of all time. It's so great of a slur, I don't even gotta say what it is. In matter of fact, it's so strong of a racist slur, I don't even have to tell you what letter it starts with. Even that word once was a regular word. Some of the gay slurs were normal words. There's very rarely any words that are completely fabricated just to be used as a slur. So that whole spiel that she went over about how the word came about, who made it up, was all pointless to whether or not it's a slur. So cis, yeah, started out as a normal word, but when transgender use it towards us, they use it as a negative thing, as a slur. At bare minimum, they're using it for reactions. Now, my whole thing about it is, why would I add extra words to something just for the hell of it? Who has that kind of time? Just for me to add a word for no reason? The fact that there's still no relevant reason to use the word cis unless you're strictly talking about the difference between transgenders and cis, but you still could say biological or just woman. But other than the exact topic of transgenderism, there's no reason to say cis. If you say man, if you say woman, the cis is implied. How do they not get that? The only thing you ever will need to say is transgender if the person is a transgender or for some reason that information needs to be known. If you come up to me and say that cis man over there, that literally just means that man over there. Here's a perfect analogy. Say you have a room full of bald people, right? Room full of bald people. Would you differentiate people in that room by saying the bald guy over there. No, why? Because everyone's bald. They'd be like, why would you say the bald guy when everyone is bald? But let's say all of a sudden someone walks in and they got locks going everywhere. You still wouldn't go up to that guy and say, that bald guy over there. Why? Because it doesn't help. Everyone's bald, except for him, right? But if you went to a bald person and was talking about the guy with the hair, you would say, well, the man with the hair over there, right? Because that's his differentiator. And that's basically the same situation with them wanting to say cis and trans. The problem is 99% of people are not trans. See what it is? The transgender community doesn't like the fact that barely anybody is transgender. And I get it. When you feel off, when you feel different, you want to believe that there's way more people that feel just like you. At least like 25% of the population, right? So in other words, they still feel like outcasts, and they think adding the cis word in front of our genders is going to fix that feeling inside. But this is the problem with this whole ideology, is they're always looking for the outside to make themselves happy on the inside. It doesn't work.
Cis is not a liberal buzzword. It's literally just a Latin prefix that means on this side of. It's the opposite of trans, which is the Latin prefix meaning on the other side of. Cis just means that you have spent your entire life on the same side of your own womanhood. It's not an insult. It's just a descriptor we use to make sure we're being precise in our language. If I call my margarita a frozen margarita, everyone still knows it's a margarita. Cheers.
What? She just said, if I call my margarita a frozen margarita, they're still going to know it's a margarita. You do realize, in order for us to understand that whole sentence you just said, we understood what you were talking about when you said margarita without the frozen in front of it. So in other words, if you call a man or a woman a cis man or a woman, it's still a man or a woman. All she has to do is listen to her own logic. And she can't even do that. But I always find it funny that the transgender community doesn't use the whole definition of trans, which is also to cross over or to change, i.e. transmission. What does a transmission do? It changes gears, right? Or switches gears. Transfusion. What's a blood transfusion? It means you're changing the blood. You're switching the blood. Your blood's not crossing over. Your blood's not on the other side of something. They're just switching it. They're just changing it. Transgender, to switch genders, to change genders. But I guess this world is Burger King and they can have it their way. But no matter what they try to tell me about the history of cis, what cis means, there is no way they can look me in the eyes and say the reason why they want to say it is because of something positive. Is because of a positive feeling. The reason why they want to say it is because they feel like they're getting us back. However the trans word makes them feel, they believe the cis word makes us feel. But as I said in other videos, the transgender community needs to understand that we do not respond and react in the same ways to the same things as they do. We're not triggered by the cis word, we're just annoyed. No one likes to be annoyed. It's annoying. One, because it's something we never had to do and now you're trying to force it on us. And two, because it's completely unnecessary. So really, you're trying to force an unnecessary word to be said unnecessarily. I'm going to need some more necessarily in your guys' community. So that's the video on whether cis is a slur or not. Like I said, in my opinion, they're saying it as a slur. It might be the most backhanded slur I've ever heard, but it's a slur. The fact that they know overall, if we could vote on it, we would get rid of that damn word, and they keep using it, shows their mentality behind the word. And remember, these are the same people that want absolute respect when it comes to pronouns, their gender, their bathroom, anything they walk on and touch. But as soon as you request it back, they're going to give you a pointless history lesson on the cis word. So now that you know, I do believe cis is being used as a slur. All I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think cis is a slur? Or do you think it is a necessary word that needs to be put in front of us so that everyone's not confused? But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also going to need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and subscribe with me. and I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.